Hi, I'm Lou Ann Hammond, DrivingTheNation.com. I am here with Mark Royce, the Executive Vice President for General Motors Product. Good afternoon.
How are you, Lou Ann?
I'm really good.
Good, excellent.
Last night we were talking.
Yes.
And you mentioned Genesis.
Right.
And I Googled it, and there is nothing about Genesis and General Motors.
I was going to say there's probably a Star Trek movie reference of some sort, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
No, it's if you notice, every single car and truck and crossover that we're bringing out right now is about 250 to 400 pounds lighter, and a better package, larger, and more profitable for General Motors. And so one of the keys to those things is something that we've developed in-house called Genesis, which is our computer-aided engineering synthesis and the beginning of a new architecture. So that's why we call it Genesis, it's the beginnings of a car. So it's really good, really quite good.
When I was listening to it, I thought maybe of like a hip that needed to be replaced, and the very expensive was probably it was very expensive to get that hip replaced, but they're starting to use different types of components in that hip joint replacement.
That's right. I actually have a hip replacement, so it's close to my heart. But yeah, it's very similar to that. If you think about the joints of the car, the front body hinge pillar, the rear shock tower, the front shock tower, anything where metals come together and there's a joint. The secret to a car's stiffness and its performance and how it operates is the efficiency of those joints. And while we've been able to, as an industry, optimize each joint, we haven't done a very good job of taking that efficiency from the joint and running it through the whole car. And what that gets you is, you can downsize components, you can take mass out of all kinds of different places in the car, and it is some material substitution like aluminum and high-strength steels, but now instead of making the whole motor compartment rail out of high-strength steel, you can actually target where you need it, which is around where an engine mount is. And so if you can do that, you can take a lot of mass out of the car, you can take a lot of cost out of the car, and you can get things that people really value, like space, more space in the car, a bigger track, a bigger wheelbase. Those are all things that sort of fall from the sky, as well as some of the component costs when you start doing it much more efficiently, and that's what Genesis really does.
Are some of these components lighter than the steel you might have used, which might increase the fuel efficiency?
Absolutely. The operating costs all go down. We can take powertrains and downsize them now because they're not serving a bigger car, a bigger, heavier car. So you can downsize the powertrain and still have a great car to drive, very fun, very fuel efficient. And you see that in cars like the Malibu, you see that like the XT5 we're standing from. We took 278 pounds out of this, added 3 inches of rear knee room, and we've got a 310 horsepower V6 in it with active fuel management. So now you can start to do all kinds of things to get a much better car.
Mark, thank you so much.
Thank you. Wonderful seeing you.
Thanks.
Yeah.